shoot some B-rolls real quick? Alright, this is my coworker, Eric. I've worked with him for 10 months. I just want to ask him some questions about Korea and also about New York City. So what is it like to live in New York as a New Yorker?
It's hard to say, because I never lived anywhere else. There's probably stuff I feel that I don't even know that I feel. It's just sort of home. You probably don't think twice. Like if you were in Korea, you wouldn't think, oh, this is unique to Korea until you left Korea. One thing with New York is just, we're sort of a dying breed. Most New Yorkers move out, they're very expensive. People increasingly get priced out of New York. The New York that I grew up in is very different than the New York today. Certain stuff like this Times Square was always Times Square, but just sort of the clientele, kind of the character of the neighborhoods changes, especially with gentrification. Like areas used to be like really rough neighborhoods, now it's all rich people, so it's just a very different feel, different type of crowd. But then you sort of have the occasional hump like me that stuck around, and you can kind of relate to the people that you grew up with, even if you don't encounter them as much. I think it's probably like that all over the world. Like if you're from Korea, you meet a Korean guy, like, oh, Korea, like, you know about Korea? Very little. I've never been to Korea. We don't learn much about Korea in school. I know it's a country, you got a North and South Korea. It's also, they always stop teaching, like when American history starts getting a little dodgy, they just stop teaching, like after World War II. It's like, yeah, World War II, you're the good guys, that's it. It's like Vietnam, Korean War. We never learned about that. They always ran out of time. So we never got to any of that. And so as the country itself.
A lot of my subscribers actually want to move into New York City. Some people actually think Korea sucks. Like, I don't agree with
Sure.
because both countries have pros and cons.
Of course.
Living in the US, living in Korea. What do you want to tell them?
I'd definitely say to visit first, whether you're going to move to New York or anywhere, you know. I think part of New York and maybe Los Angeles, there's almost like this perception of the lifestyle, like, oh, I watch Sex and the City, I want to move to New York. You meet women like that all over the world. I'm sure you meet them in Korea as well. You almost have a relationship with it just from movies. Like, oh, I watch, Ghostbusters, I watch Goodfellas. I understand what New York's like. To a degree you do, but it's just, you might watch Joker and get a completely inaccurate understanding of what New York City's like. So you never know. I just think with life, it's easy to sort of romanticize a certain place. You know, you could be in a great city and, not really have friends. I just feel there's more to your happiness than where you live. I think the people around you and a lot of other factors are every bit as important. But the food in New York's really good. I like the food. Everywhere you go, there's pros and cons. Like you said, I'm sure if we were in Korea, there'd be like, oh, so much more peaceful. My commute's so much shorter. Like, there'd just be a lot of benefits.
Your final thought about working in New York City?
I mean, I had like part-time jobs as a college student, but New York City's the only place I ever worked, so it's hard to judge. The commutes are terrible. The train is actually really good, but so many people are on it. They're like, you literally have to fight to get on the train. You'll be on the train, it'll just stop moving, and all you can do is stand on the train.
It gets delayed all the time.
It gets delayed all the time. You're completely powerless. It can be very frustrating. It can be very dirty. There's homeless people. Some days the train is wonderful. Some days the train is terrible. I think also if you drive to work, some days the traffic's terrible. It's just one of those things. I don't think any place is perfect, but one thing I like about New York is it's very unique. I mean, you can see, I hate Times Square, but it's very unique. You got so many different neighborhoods, so many different diversities. There's people from all over the world. It's just cool. The cliche is that it's a melting pot, but it really is. That is pretty awesome. That and the food and the subway and that the bars are open till 4 a.m., but I'm getting too old for the bars. You think it's not a big deal, then you go to Pennsylvania and the bars close at 1, you came and buy a beer at the corner store. Like, I kind of miss New York, but very nice place to visit. I would start with a visit. It's a big move to just move from Korea to New York. I would not rush into it. Definitely get a job first. Very expensive if you don't have a job.
Well, that was it. We're gonna
go back to work, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, our lunchtime is off.
Please subscribe so Sam can quit his job.
Okay. Peace.
Bye-bye.